A student usually starts disengaging before the final grade makes it obvious. Solin Early Warning is a free Moodle block that shows teachers which students may need attention this week. Once installed, the block appears here on the course page. It lists flagged students sorted by severity. A yellow watch label means one warning signal was triggered. A red at risk label means 2 or more warning signals were triggered. If you click on the flag, you can see exactly why the student was flagged. Solin Early Warning uses 5 transparent signals: inactivity, missed assessment deadlines, a declining grade trend, stalled completion compared to peers, and, optionally, forum silence. 2 of those signals, assessment miss and stalled completion, rely on Moodle's activity completion tracking. So for the full picture, completion tracking should be enabled on the course. The other signals work regardless. If the list feels too noisy or too quiet, the Show More default Fewer Options in the block header recalibrate the view instantly. If you hover over each option, you can see which signals are used in each option. And if a flagged student has a known reason, illness, an extension, a planned absence, one click dismisses them for a week. And they'll only reappear in the list if they still trigger a signal after that. Configuration of the warning signals works in layers. A site administrator sets the defaults under site administration, which apply institution-wide. You can do that by going to Site Administration, Plugins, and then selecting Solin Early Warning in the block section. Here you have a whole lot of options to configure when the different signals will be triggered. A teacher can also set certain configurations per course. A course-specific break, for example, which, of course, will not be taken into account in calculating warnings for inactivity and missed assessments. For that, we go back to the course, and when we go into edit mode, 3 dots appear, where you can find the settings when you click on them. If you then click on Show More, and you scroll down, you can find the section where you can configure the course-specific breaks. If you enter the first and final date of the break and save the changes, you've now got this notice here about the course break. I'm just going to click Resume to delete it. There's also a pause for 1 week link directly in the block header. Useful if a teacher wants to pause a course on the fly. Finally, there's an option to create institution-wide breaks in Site Administration if you want to set a break for all courses at once. It prevents you having to configure the same break in each individual course. For new courses, the block uses a 4-week calibration window to get the signals going. And in the first 2 weeks, it only flags students who haven't accessed the course at all. In weeks 3 and 4, all signals run, but flagged students show a tentative badge. From week 5 onward, the badge is removed, and we get the watch and at risk labels when signals are activated. Peer relative signals, like stalled completion, also need a meaningful peer group. In classes with fewer than 10 active enrollments, those signals automatically switch off. Between 10 and 19, the block shows a caveat advising care when interpreting the comparison. In the case where a teacher is not responsible for all the students of a specific course, but only for a smaller subset, we can configure the scope of the peer comparison in the early warning block to prevent misleading cross-group comparisons when one group of students progresses at a different pace than the other by choosing only the viewer's group. The defaults of the early warning block are based on research on early warning systems and student dropouts. Not only does the Solin Early Warning block keep track of students that may need attention, it also allows the teacher to actually give that attention. Clicking on the student's name gives you an overview of the student's details, and clicking on View Outline in the early warning block gives you the details of this course specific. Per student, you can choose to dismiss a warning for 1 week, or you can send a message. You can find the Solin Early Warning plugin in the Moodle plugins directory. And you can find out more about Solin Early Warning on the Moodle Guides page at solin.co/guides.